This is an alert for younger listeners to Geeking Out with Two Nates. We strive to keep our program at or around a PG-13 type of rating. However, we do not ask our guests to control their comments. That being said, this episode of Two Nates contains a more than average use of colorful language. We enjoyed chatting with Lips, the co-founder and lead singer of Anvil, and in no way would try to censor his comments. So for those of you over 17 and are not easily offended, please enjoy the show, after which Nate and I will discuss our conversation with Lips. And don't forget to send your comments and questions to twonates, N-O-W, at gmail.com. Thanks for listening. How's the tour going?
Well, so far so good. We're 2 shows in. We're on our way to the 3rd show, which is in Chicago, and all's going well.
Awesome. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you here in Iowa City here next month. Nate and I.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, man. That's a great area.
Yeah, hopefully you'll bring some warm weather with you too, because it's been a little chilly here. But we're getting rid of the snow anyway.
Yeah, it's like that pretty much everywhere right now. It's just that intermediate fucking crap. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's just that time of year.
We had one day 2 days ago, man. We're all walking around with our jackets off and shit, and he's going, "It's over, winter's over." And then the next day, it's like, fuck, it's fucking freezing again.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, weather's the one thing we can't control. But so you guys have been together now for over 40 years, right?
Yep.
And coming up on album number 18, if I counted correctly.
That's right.
And you're starting to write that one now. Is that last time you and I talked?
Actually, all the music is written.
Oh, it is.
So it's all about the lyrics now.
Oh, okay, cool.
In the next few weeks, I'll be putting all that together, and then it will be ready to be recorded in September of this coming September. So, and then it will be out early 2020.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we can do another video for you on that one too. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't got any. I don't know what the subject matter is going to be, but the video that you guys did is fucking killing it out there, man, big time.
Yeah, we had a blast doing it too. That was just a great day, and you guys really, we can all tell you enjoy what you do. You're not just out there to do it like some other guys just show up to play their show and that's it and off to the next thing.
No, we love what we do. And it's really apparent. It doesn't make any difference whether there's 7 people or 700 or 7,000. We put the same amount of effort and energy into our show. So it's all about the fun and enjoyment of being in the band and doing that. That's what we love.
Yeah, and it really does show, and that's why we love going to see you guys too, because we know that when we show up to your show, it's going to be a show. It's not just going to be get up there, play your music, and goodbye.
Yeah, a lot of bands, it's almost like you might as well put the album on.
Yeah, right.
I've always said that when we've seen you guys play like you're playing an arena, and you might be playing a small club, and I've always been impressed with that.
Well, it's actually a little different when as far as the energy and the output, yes, but the thing is, in playing in small places, it's a lot more intimate and a lot, it's in your face. It's very personal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't get the high five.
That's what really, that's where metal really it takes flight. It really has the connection power. And that's where I think it flourishes the most. And I actually think that's where it grows the most. And it's where, it's where you learn to cut your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, all the bands have to play those places in order to ever get to the arena. And I think that the arena is a lot less personal. So I think that the best circumstance to ever see a band. Like, to me, I wish I'd seen all my favorite bands in a club circumstance. Then I would really honestly be able to say I've seen them. I mean, like, as an example, I've seen Michael Schenker in, you know, everything from fucking, you know, the Reading Festival to the local club in my city, and the comparison, seeing them in my local club in my city was fucking the best I've ever seen it. I mean, you can see everything and hear everything the guy's playing. I mean, right up close. It's not like I need binoculars or, you know, I got to be close to the PA. It's like you're hearing the sound coming out of his amp and the expressions on his face, the sweat dripping off. It's the way to see it.
Yeah.
It just is. To me, it's the most live you can get, where you really feel I'm in the same place, in the same room at the same time. That's where it really has that connection power that you don't get otherwise.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's how I feel, or I know that's how we feel, I should say, and I can't just speak for myself, but every time that we've seen you guys, you know, from that first time, we saw you the first time, I think it was in Lombard, Illinois, 4 years ago, and
Yeah.
Right.
it was right after we saw the movie, which that's been out for now, what, 10 years?
Yeah, it's been out about 10 years, maybe even a bit longer.
Yeah, and that's kind of
Why
what...
did that go fast? Eh? It doesn't seem like it is, but it is.
Yeah, and it's a great movie. We still watch it, you know, at least once or twice a year, just because it's so inspiring, and and you guys are exactly what is in the movie. You and Rob, I should say, because we haven't met the other guys, and now you have Christ instead of
G5.
G5. So,
Right.
but and Christ is just
Yeah,
he's
it's the best it's ever been, man.
yeah. You guys really
In my
do.
humble opinion, and I really mean it. I never had the confidence like I do today. It's really so fucking perfect. You know, it's scary.
Yeah,
There's just a certain aspect about what is going on now that it never was like that before. I think that there was a lot of the middle years of not having that, and I think the biggest difference is having that second voice. It's not about the second guitar as much as it is about that second voice that makes the almighty difference to a band, and there's a certain aspect of personality, in particularly in the live show, that hasn't been there for years, and maybe never been there ever until now.
Mm-hmm.
That Christ brings to the package that was never there before. So that's why I say that I've got the most confidence I've ever had. That the best bass playing and rhythm section sound that we've ever had. There's a very, very distinct sound that Robin and Christ create when I'm playing that. When I drop into a solo, there's a tone there that I've never heard by anybody else but us.
yeah,
You know, and it's like, wow, it's very, very special.
yeah. You guys do have a really good chemistry up there.
It's more outstanding than having a rhythm guitar. It really is, because actually the rhythm guitar takes away from the drums and the bass. You can't hear those things nearly as clear as you can now, and they're both so outstanding as far as their abilities and their tonal qualities that it would be a shame to add a second guitar that masks it and makes it obscure. It's the best it's ever been, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Like I couldn't imagine like seeing Black Sabbath with a rhythm guitar. That would kill it. It would kill Tony's sound. It would kill Caesar's sound. It wouldn't be the same. and you'd never hear Ozzy the same way, or whoever they might ever have singing. It's just second guitar can be more detrimental than additive, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little too cluttered.
I'm just talking. I'm just talking. You know, I'm talking about all this stuff. Although you're not asking, but I'm talking about it
Oh, hey.
because I think it's important for people to understand the dynamics of what the band is about. The other aspect is I don't need another opinion. That never counted. Adding another guy is just redundant. And in all the years, even when we did have that second guy, he didn't play until we were all finished the bed track anyway. So really, it was always a three-piece band. It's just that live we had something there, and we still could do that at some point. Hire in a guy to come along and be sort of the fourth member for the live thing, but I don't see any point when it's great the way it is. I'm going to leave it alone, and
Yeah.
I'm extremely proud and happy about it all. So I'm in a good place.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, right?
That's right, exactly.
How do you guys like touring, Lips? Do you like it, or
I love it. Yeah, it's what I live for, man. It's doing what I really like. When I get out here, I'm more relaxed than I ever could be under any other circumstance. Like right now, today, I'm feeling better than I have in fucking months.
Awesome.
And it's not that I don't like being home, but I don't like the stagnation. I like to look forward to what's coming tomorrow. And not knowing exactly what's coming tomorrow, that makes it life very, very exciting and a lot of fun to live. You know, that's what the road is for me, and that's where I'm happiest. That's where I'm most comfortable, and I don't find it tiring. And I don't complain about it. I'm not. I was deprived of it through my 30s and 40s, and now I got everything I ever wanted. So I'm super appreciative. So I wouldn't be like one of the bands that has been touring for fucking 30 years straight and be fucking spoiled out of my fucking brain and fucking wish that it was all different or wish that I could retire. I don't want to retire. I am retired from fucking horrible fucking deliveries, which I haven't done in fucking 12 years now, and I couldn't be happy.
That's awesome. So you guys have literally been all over the world, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there any place you haven't been that you want to go, or?
I guess. I mean, the places we haven't been, maybe I prefer not to go. It would be interesting to go, if I suppose, with places like India or. But then again, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know, there are places that I think that we've been everywhere that you can go that metal will support. I mean, I guess going to South Africa would be interesting, or even going to Egypt, like going to the Middle East would be an interesting trip. But then again, like I say, maybe we haven't done it because there's a reason, you know what I mean? And maybe we don't really want to go there.
I saw the Chili Peppers just went to.
But all the places that you want to go that really support metal, we've been there, including China. You know, so that's pretty damn good, I'd say. You know, going to South America, Australia, you know, amazing. Even New Zealand. I'm glad I wasn't there recently, but
Oh yeah,
we
sure.
have been there.
Yeah, the recent shootings, or was it the shooting?
Yeah, that's
terrible.
yeah. The reverse terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I don't get that shit. But
Yeah.
then again, you know, our song "Die for a Lie" really stands tall in circumstances like that. I still say that, you know, the major cause of most human conflict is religion, and we need to fix it. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how to fix it or what needs to. It's very philosophical and sociologically fucking demanding situation. I don't really know how you fix that, but it needs to be fixed.
That's very true, yeah.
And you know the arguments about and I say that there are arguments about our origins. Really fucking, it's really fucking stupid, man. Really, really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to find a way to all get along, or it's going to get worse.
Well, you know, the Bill that you know making up stories and you know theories on my God is better than your God, and who says that any God even exists? You know, sorry, you have to ask those questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what, we're going to kill each other because you don't agree with someone else's outlook on which God he prefers or believes in or even believes at all. It just seems so fucking caveman level. Like, come on, get out of the fucking cave and get some fucking get fucking up to date, get civilized. Like, what the fuck is this? It makes me very, very angry at humanity. We should be a lot further along, but I still believe we're very much in our infancy still. We haven't grown up.
Yeah, there's a lot of evolving needs to be happening. That's for sure.
Yep. Well, I think it's education. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And really discovery yet. There's still a lot to be discovered. There's so much we don't know. In fact, it's overwhelming how much we don't know, and that's why we're really still in our infancy. If we're still praying to deity, I think there's an issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that there's other much more plausible answers to where we come from, including extraterrestrial intervention in our development. I think that makes a lot more sense than some fucking unseen, unknown entity that we call God did this. I don't think so. Not my opinion.
Yeah, and everybody's entitled to their opinions. I know that. I try to.
That's right. Everybody opinions are like assholes, and everybody's got one.
And most of them stink.
So is it mainly, when you were talking about subject matter for your new album then, do you try to use things that you're passionate about like this? Like I know.
Yeah, and I have. And I will continue to as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not that simple of a human being where I'm just writing about one particular polarized look at things. I see things from a lot of different angles. I state my opinions in circumstances. And sometimes I don't state an opinion. I just state the information. Sometimes I sing about something that's historical. Sometimes something that's relevant in today's world. Like even Bitch in the Box. That's something that you would say now and not have said 15, 20 years ago. No one had a GPS 20 years ago.
All right.
But it's extraordinarily relevant to today's world, so
And
it
topical.
makes sense. Why not have a song about a GPS?
I know I've bitched about my Bitch in the Box several times, even before the song came out.
Yeah.
So you've had 666 appeared in the It movie, correct?
That's right.
And
That's
then,
right.
and you guys have been on Sons of Anarchy.
And you know what's hilarious about that? I've watched that section of the movie over and over and over again, and I still can't hear it. That's just me. I don't know. But my wife goes, "You're fucking deaf," and I go, "Yeah, I'm deaf." but I still don't hear it.
40 years of rocking.
I got my head right up to the fucking speaker, and I'm going, I don't hear it. So you can't hear yourself singing? And I go, no. Like, whatever.
Is there anything else you?
know that we got a great royalty rate, and it's all good, man. As far as financial aspect, it's all good, man.
Awesome.
And I think it even got mentioned in the credits, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, because I heard it, and then my wife saw it in the credits when we saw it, and she's like, "Did you know?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I read it online before we came, so I was waiting for it."
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys?
And it's interesting the way that came to pass is the music direction on that movie was done by a girl by the name of Dana Dano, and that's the same girl that worked on the Anvil movie.
Oh, okay. So
that's why it came to pass.
So
You
what
gotta
about
have your foot in the door, or you're not getting in, man. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. It's very much who you know.
So how did that come to pass when you guys were on Sons of Anarchy? You covered the Who song, and then you were in an episode.
Well, actually, that's an interesting turn of events too. Kurt Suter and Katie Segal lived across the street from the director, Sasha Dubaj. So we got to know them, and they watched the Anvil movie being created to a great degree. They were at different points. They'd come over and watch segments being edited, and they really got to know me and personally. And I guess once the movie came out, Kurt went, "Oh, you got to be," and it was at the beginning of the it was in the second season. And by then he went, "You know what? I want you guys to come into the studio, do the song Slip Kid. We'll get Frankie Perez to sing, and you guys will do a guest spot, a cameo appearance in one of the episodes." And we did.
Awesome.
And that's how that came to pass. Fucking great, man.
Yeah, that's.
So yeah, we're on that fucking movie, on that fucking, on the shoot, right? And we're sitting around, and Ron Perlman is fucking hilarious, man. I don't even know who the fuck these people are. I've never seen Sons of Anarchy, right? So I'm hanging out with all the guys in Sons of Anarchy, and I don't even know who they are. So they were just regular people to me, and joking around with Ron Perlman was fucking awesome. And then, of course, I start watching, like 6 months, 7 months later, I start watching the actual program, and it's like, holy fuck! Look at what I was part of. You know,
Yeah,
I could go back in time and go, oh my God, give me an autograph.
That is a great show too, and I really enjoyed it.
I love it, man. I still watch it in rerun at home. I recorded it all, so what the hell?
Yeah.
So one more thing on that. So I am a huge fan of The Who. I've seen them as many times as I've seen you. Did you enjoy covering one of their songs, or was that just that's what they wanted, so you did it?
Well, it's interesting. Kurt asked specifically for that song, so I sat down and did and put an arrangement together. Right? Of course, I wasn't singing, but I had to redo the music. We had to redo the musical aspect and make it into a metal song, which I had a great time doing. Particularly the end segment of the song, which is almost like it's almost like a Zeppelin riff, which is really cool. It's like a Zeppelin-y, Sabbath-y riff that I made out of the fucking thing, and it's just like, wow, that's really fucking cool. You know, it could have almost been another song that we wrote or something, but the riff, the way that it, you know, it's really heavy, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Very, very powerful, and great to play a guitar solo on, and it just really ended up very magical, very, very well produced. The guys involved did a killer job. It's great.
Cool.
And I'm a old Who fan anyway. Who isn't? Come on, man.
Yeah, you got
You
to let
gotta
them
have
know.
those. If you don't have got that basic fundamental aspect by of being a rock fan, then you're not really a rock fan. Come on, man. Even Led Zeppelin were inspired by the Who. Come on, without the Who, you wouldn't even have Led Zeppelin.
Nor would we have Anvil, correct?
Yeah, I mean it's a fundamental portion of what it's all about. You need that. It's got to be there. It's like the first step really towards metal music. Really, outside of the Rolling Stones writing Satisfaction, the Who really began that fucking hard rock sort of edge. I mean, I wouldn't say that everything that they did does, but certainly there are songs that you're going, wow, that's really fucking cool, and it inspires what you do, right?
Yeah, I really like
how that song. The Flip Kid really became. It was very easy to transpose it to a metal version because it was almost there to begin with. So yeah, I mean that's how I feel about it. I still do, and I'm in complete agreement with you. I love the Who. I always have.
awesome.
Something you guys have in common. That's awesome. So we're going to probably wrap this up now. You guys are in Chicago tonight, and then you go on to Michigan and Virginia and Kansas, D.C.,
Yep.
Florida, Denver, Phoenix, Vegas, and then you're in California for about 7 dates, it looks like.
Yep.
Washington State, Oregon, Wisconsin, and then you're going to be here in Iowa to party with us.
That's right. Lots of fun ahead, man. That's what it sounds like to me. Boy, does that sound like fun.
Yeah, that's
Let's
gonna.
go.
We can't wait to see you, and we were hoping you were going to have a couple of dates close together again, so we could see you a couple of times. But we'll take what we can get at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other thing is, it's not going to be the end of it. We're going in to record another album, and you guys got to make another video. So come on,
Right on.
Yes. Hey, I have one more quick question for you that I thought of that I don't have on our list here. Tag Team and Five Knuckle Shuffle, I know are probably songs about professional wrestling, if I'm at least somewhat close. Nate and I are huge wrestling fans from back in the day.
Well, actually, we have a song on the Plenty of Power album called Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Yep, that one too. I forgot. So are you guys huge pro wrestling fans then, or was it just something that it was a subject matter that you saw at the time when you wrote them?
It's subject matter, and I get a kind of I personally get a kick out of it. Like I go back from the early days, of Haystack Calhoun and the Sheik.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you mentioned the Camel Clutch and Tag Team.
That's right, the Camel Clutch. That's right. And the Sleeper, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually work with a guy who does.
And Haystack Calhoun, 620 fucking pounds, man.
That's
his move was called the Big Splash, and
Yeah.
he just fucking jump on the guy and fucking knock you out. It's fucking awesome.
crazy how he didn't actually. And I'm sure it probably happened from time to time where accidents happen, people do get hurt, but yeah, just the way they can do all that stuff without actually hurting each other is just incredible.
Well, it's really a challenge, and that's what the challenge is.
Mm-hmm.
It is fake, but there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of work that goes into it.
I actually work with a guy who
But
works for. He does a local promotion around here, and I've gone to see him several times, and I'm working on doing a podcast with him at some point too, and a documentary about him.
Well, I've actually met the Iron. Now, what was he called? The Armored Saint.
The Armored Saint?
That goes back a number of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was and believe it or not, he was introducing the band Armored Saint
Oh,
in L.A. and I was down there and I actually met that guy.
very cool. Very cool.
And there was one point that we were going to do a video and we were going to have Anvil Neidhart in the video.
I was about ready to ask you if there was
But
any
we-
connection.
Yeah, well, we almost made a connection, but we didn't end up doing the video. But oh well.
You know, his daughter still
And
wrestles.
of course, his daughter still wrestles, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Natalia. And she.
Wow,
Yep.
wow. Yeah, he passed away some time ago.
Yeah, and she actually showed up, I think that night or later that week on the show, and it was pretty emotional. But yeah, that was kind of a shock when we found out about that. But you know, nobody lives forever. It's unfortunate, but
Yep, that's right. We all got a ticket. It's just a matter of when it comes due. That's it.
yeah, every day above ground's a good one, right?
That's it. And I've said that dozens of times.
Well, we'll. Oh, we got one more, I guess.
I've got one more for you, Lips, and then I'll let you go. So much.
Okay.
So I have several children, so I know it's hard for me if somebody ever said, who's your favorite, because I don't have any favorite. What is your favorite album of yours that you've recorded?
Oof. I don't. Well, actually, I don't really have a favorite album. So my way of answering that question is I'll choose one of the compilations.
Oh, like the greatest hits and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a
Either
favorite?
Monuments of Metal or Past and Present. Or
Yeah.
actually, you know what? I forget what the other one was.
What do
I
you?
forget what the other Anthology of Anvil.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of those. Yeah, one of those two albums. Those are my favorite Anvil albums.
Is there a song you love to play live that you just can't wait to get to in the set, or is it just all you're just up there and it's all good?
So it's all just it's all good to me, man. I don't because honestly, songs I don't like to play, I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as simple as that. So I don't really have a preference. Everything I love.
Very
And I
cool.
certainly don't have problems with playing songs like Metal on Metal. I'll play it till, like I say, until the day I die, and I'm good with that. I don't have a problem with it.
And that is a great song. Everything you do in the shows, I think, is just it all flows together. You guys put the shows together good to where everything flows nicely.
Yeah,
and-
it flows nice, and it has, and every kind of feel is covered. That you're not getting boring by playing too many slow songs or too many fast ones.
Mhm.
It's got to be diverse and interesting, and that's how I put the sets together. And interestingly, where we are in this point in time, we're playing probably more newer Anvil than old, which is that's really great, man, because it means that we're relevant with our music today, and we're not living strictly off of our old catalog. That we actually are predominantly living off our present and slightly older albums, and that's a great thing to achieve for a band that's been around for 42 years.
You're definitely not a greatest hits band. I mean,
No.
Yeah, I'm still building my Anvil collection. Actually, I think I have probably 10 right now albums. So, and I'm
Right.
I'm looking forward to the next one, and I'm trying to dig up the rest of them where I can find them. And
Well, they're out there.
yeah, they
It
are.
might be a little difficult finding them, but that's what kind of the challenge that people actually love anyway. So that
And I do love doing that sort of
you don't
stuff
want
too.
to. You don't want to be the top commercial fucking band that all their stuff's there. It's almost better that, oh, you wouldn't believe what I got today. It's better to kind of value when you do get the records because they're not so fucking easy to find. There's a certain psychology to that.
Yeah, and it's something that I enjoy doing too. So when I do find it, there's that satisfaction of, aha, I kicked over the right stone, and there it is.
And you appreciate it more, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think we've covered about everything we want to talk about today. Hopefully you got a lot of what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. So enjoy the rest of the road here, and we'll see you in April in Iowa City, and then hopefully it won't be too long after that. We'll see you again.
Okay, sounds good to me, man.
All right, say hi to the rest of the guys, and we'll talk to you later, Lips.
Okay, I will.
Thanks, Lips.
Okay, you take care. Yeah, thanks to both of you guys, man. Awesome.
Okay, so about a week ago, Nate and I actually did this interview with Lips. With just our scheduling conflicts here and there. It's tough to do this when you got little kids running around, right?
Right. Schedules does not work the best, and this is not a full-time job yet, so it makes it very difficult for us to get things posted right away, get it out to you guys, have a reaction. Kind of needed to listen to what we talked with Lips about and just kind of let it absorb in a little bit also.
And he's always been this, you guys just listen to this conversation, so it's fresh in your heads too. You can just tell how generous the guy is with his time. He probably could have talked to us for another couple of hours, and we wouldn't have covered the same thing twice. It was an interesting conversation, to say the least. And there's some stuff that I'm sure we could probably talk to him about in the future. And for those of you guys that don't know, I'm not sure if we covered it in the conversation, but the movie is still available. Anvil, The Story of Anvil, is on Netflix. So you should probably check that out, because it is really, we don't say it willy-nilly, but that movie is really good.
It is very good. I'm hoping that when we go see them here in, it's
About 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
it's less than a month. It's
4/19.
I'm hoping that we can maybe take our stuff with us and at least sit down with the trio of Anvil, and at least get a little bit of a Q&A with them before the show. I always know they're a little bit busy. I'm hoping that we can hit them up and at least talk to them a little bit.
Yeah, we can hopefully we can figure something out before we go there and see if we can borrow them for 15-20 minutes or something.
Well, that show's on a Friday, maybe even afterwards.
Yeah.
Are we gonna Uber over there?
Well, Lisa Ubers.
We knew it.
Yeah, might have to behave ourselves because it's just 2 hours away. So we have to get back, I think, unless we're just going to sleep in the truck. I'm okay with that too.
We're gonna draw straws on who drives home. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, our third cohort, who isn't here yet, but he'll be on one of these shows coming up, I'm sure. He probably wouldn't be part of the straw drawing.
No, because he could kick the shit out of both of us.
That is true. So, what's your take on the conversation we had with Lips?
The big thing with me with Lips is he is very willing to give to his fans. And I think back on from day one since I've met him to where we are with him now. And obviously, there's fanboys that, I'm sure they all entertain messages and emails or, first-hand viewing of them and they are generous to them. But with us, we've taken it kind of that next level, and he knows us a little bit more personally. He knows things about us.
Yeah, like the last summer we shot the music video for Bitch in the Box. I wrote the little skit, if you want to call it that, and that happens before the song actually starts. And when I presented that to them, I said, I don't know if you guys want to do this or not, but it's just a little idea that I came up with. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do this ahead of the song, and they all three looked at it and they were like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I was really impressed with that because I remember the infancy of that idea being hatched, probably during one of our tirades during a Packer game, and when it got shut off to watch Anvil videos or whatever it happened to be, and us laughing about the Christ help me, and that turning into the script being written, and us working together on that. You know, it was a great experience, and I think it took us to that next level with them, and that's where he gives so much, and to find out the little things that he likes that we like. You know, like I said, or like I don't even remember which one of us said it because we say so much of the same things anymore. But we're going to talk about pro wrestling. We're going to talk about metal. We're going to talk about things that I like, that I'm passionate about. We're going to talk about things that you're passionate about, and with Lips, there's things that we found out, oh, hey, he does kind of like this. And
just wait till our upcoming episode that's solely focusing on Aerosmith. That's your favorite band, right?
Who are you?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Nickelback.
Yeah, who are you recording that with? Yourself? But he was so, and he's genuine. I mean...
Yeah, Lips,
people can say what they will, but he's genuine, and he's willing to back up what he says. I mean, I think back on when he was talking about adding another guitar or another voice to the band, and he says, I really don't care what your opinion is. I'm going to do that, and this is what I'm going to do. And that's kind of what I aim for here with us, and you guys out there listening. You know, I don't want it to be, I don't care what your opinion is, but we're not here to necessarily debate what is good or bad, but we're here to just say, this is what's important to us, this is what we like, and this is why we like it. And that's the way Lips was.
Yeah, and that's, and I think you hear that in the interview as well, but one of their album titles, not this last one, but the one prior to that, was called Anvil is Anvil. And that is exactly what you get when you go to their shows. They are who they are. They do what they do the way they want to do it. And that's very impressive in this day and age. When everybody wants to sell out or do they're not bowing down to the almighty dollar. They're doing what they want to do because that's what they want to do, not because you could make X amount of dollars, or you could sell this many tickets if you did this, if you hired somebody to do that, if you did this. But they're doing it, the three of them, not necessarily on their own. I'm sure they have engineers and stuff like that doing the recordings and stuff like that. And Sister D doing all the merch sales and the photography at the shows. And she's such a sweetheart as well. I'd love to get her on the show sometime. So shout out to you, Sister D.
I just keep going back on how genuine they are.
And
they say they're going to do it. They do it. I think back a lot on how we've also said, I don't want to necessarily use the word things get out of control at an Anvil show for us, but they just, you feel like you're so swept up in that, I mean, the Lombard show, I mean, we joked today, we're pretty sure it was in Lombard, but by the time it was over,
Yeah.
I
And
mean-
we're also pretty sure that our third part of our little trio of Iowa boys might have purchased beverages for the entire
he's yet to
attending
tell us
audience,
he's yet to tell us what the bar tab was that night.
which I know was probably more than 50 people. So, yeah, that was a fun night, and that was the first time we saw him. And then the next year we saw him twice, back to back.
Yep.
And then last year we saw him back to back again, which could have been a three-peat, but I didn't feel like driving all the way to Chicago again.
I
But-
did not. I couldn't have done it after night 2. You got to remember that was during the hot summer. You know,
Yeah.
it was,
Well, and we had driven, because we drove from Lincoln, Nebraska, back to our hometown, Story City, which was 3.5 hours. And then did a quick change of clothes, hi to the family, bye to the family, back on the road for 3.5 more hours to Rock Island, Illinois. Attended the show with them, and then back home the next morning.
it was late nights both nights. It was long nights. It was worth it because they make it worth it.
Yeah, because they play. They play like they're playing in front of 1 million people, and you can tell they absolutely love what they're doing, and it doesn't, nothing else matters other than just playing their music, which most true musicians, that is what it's all about, getting their songs out there so people can hear them. It's unfortunate they're not on the radio around here.
No, I have heard them once on Sirius, maybe twice, on Hair Nation and sometimes on Liquid Metal. So
A lot of their albums are also available to stream on Amazon Prime.
yes,
And-
even with without the unlimited service, I
Yeah.
believe there's a few that you can stream on there. The only one that I know for sure, because I think Anvil is back on there. I'm not 100%, or if it was just
Yeah,
because I
but-
have saved it.
And I didn't save it, but I have one song I think that got on there somehow. I think it was Up, Down, Sideways. But back to the point of just, why did we get into these guys? And what keeps us going back? It's like, I don't ever foresee them doing a farewell tour like all these other bigger bands are doing, like a band that I am a fan of. They're doing their farewell tour for the 4th time probably, and their ticket prices are out of my price range, so I can't attend that in good conscience. Do I enjoy their music? Yes, I will still listen to their music, but paying that much to see them, it doesn't jive well with me. When I saw them 20 plus years ago, 3 times for not even that much what they're asking. I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but
Not say their name.
I could, but they'd probably charge me for it. But there are, and I'm sure there are some groups where it is worth it to pay hundreds of dollars to go see them. I'm not saying that if Anvil were charging, 3 bills to go see him, or $100 to go see him, that we wouldn't at least try to go see him once. But what they charge for tickets doesn't really matter, because when you get there, you get to interact with them. They will sign autographs. They will take pictures. They will, well, I can't go too much further than that, but they will interact with you. Where if you go to these bigger shows, you see the guys up on stage, and that's, unless you are almost as famous or equally as famous, or pay thousands of dollars, you might get to talk to these people.
I just saw a friend of mine that went to see a Bret Michaels show at the casino here.
Uh-huh.
And they sent me a snap of their VIP pass. And don't get me wrong, meeting Bret Michaels would be pretty cool.
Sure.
Sure, there's some good stories if you have long enough to sit in there with him. But I think they paid like $200 a piece. It's just a husband and wife. I mean, they have no kids.
Mm-hmm.
They've got cats, whatever. But I'm like, dude, the people that are in there singing along with your songs, cheering for you, they're the ones that got you there in the first place. And you're going to say
they're putting the shirts on your back.
$50 just to get in, but give me another $150 just to come in and tell me how great you think I am. Yeah. And that's what draws me to, get on your Netflix, watch the movie, even if you're not a metal fan.
It's even available to purchase on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. That's initially how you got to watch it, was I purchased it on Amazon Prime.
Yep, and then we went out and I found it online to buy the DVDs. And so I bought a couple of those, and then we practically wore out the DVDs, and
Yep.
I've taken the cover to the DVD in, and they've autographed the cover for the DVD, and
I think all my vinyl is signed by them. I have
Most
a
of
couple
my-
of, I have a couple of cassettes up in the cupboard.
I forgot about those.
That
Your,
I'm gonna take this next
your
show.
boy found those at
Yep,
a pawn shop.
shop.
If you're pawning your Anvil, you're not a true Anvil fan.
Or you've come along desperate times to pawn Anvil, because I wouldn't. Not the stuff I have. I mean, take a look at it, check it out. I mean, it's not your typical commercial cookie cutter metal rock. I mean, they do pay homage to a lot of bands in their music, and
They do sound an awful lot like Lemmy. And
I do get a lot of
which Lips has said, he states it several times in the movie, that, he and Lemmy were friends. And Lemmy's in the movie.
Yep.
And, Lemmy is God.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
You guys just have to check it out and let us know what you think. And
And we're not trying to cram it down your throats either.
because the next we're going to record here again real soon, and the next episode's probably not even going to have anything to do with metal. I mean, we might.
Yeah, we're not just a metal show, we are a pop culture show. We are going to tackle just about everything that is in the realm of pop culture. I know I have some acquaintances and co-collaborators that want to be a part of the show. A couple of professional wrestlers that we had mentioned earlier want to be a part of the show. I know there's a guy that I'm helping make a short film here in May, who I know would be very generous with his time and speak with us about just the art of independent film. So
I actually think probably next week we need to record a pre-WrestleMania show. We got WrestleMania coming up.
that's true.
I watched a video that I wanted to discuss with you the other day on YouTube, and I think this could be an episode.
Well, maybe we'll just hit pause here and we'll just start another. I need to change batteries pretty soon.
Yeah.
It looks well, actually.
We've got a lot of good episode ideas coming up for you guys. So hit us up on the idea channel, or on our email if you've got an idea. I see a lot of top 10 countdowns and stuff on YouTube that I watch that I think to myself, you're so wrong. Once again, that's somebody else's opinion, but I'm going to give you my opinion on some stuff too. So That's all I got for you for today.
Yeah, I think we are about ready to wrap it up here too. The last thing I would like to say is, if you have even a remote interest in metal, go out, check these guys out. They're going to be touring all over the country, which we talked about in the interview, which you guys just heard. If you're located anywhere close to Iowa City, try and get tickets and go see them.
Hit us up at the show. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there at the show. I don't think we don't have any identifying features, but I don't know if we'll be there anyway. So once again, you guys got any comments, questions? Want to tell us how stupid we are, how smart we are, how good looking we are, even though you can't see us? Two Nates now, start that over. Two Nates, the number 2, Nates, NOW, @gmail.com. Until next time, this is Nate.
And this is Nate.
There can be only
2
Nates. See ya.
Later.